morning. Central Florida Ag News TV is here with Allen Register, the owner of Gatorama. Allen, thank you so much for joining us this morning and for allowing us to come and see your wonderful farm here.
It's good to have you here. It's our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, tell me a little bit about the history of Gatorama and the operation you have here.
Well, Gatorama was started as a tourist attraction back in 1957. It was one of the original alligator attractions before the theme parks became really theme parks. And it was started by an old guy. Actually, he wasn't an old guy, but they used to say he was a poacher. And it's got quite a history. And until 1986, it was strictly a tourist attraction. Then in 1986, it became legal to farm alligators. And we were on the ground floor of that. And it's been kind of an interesting ride over the last 24 years.
So is the 24 years how long you've been operating the alligator farm?
That's how long our family's been operating the alligator farm. My father-in-law actually bought Gatorama from Cecil, the original owner, with the intent to go into farming. And when I got out of the Navy in 1989, my wife and I came down, and we started working for them. And then about seven or 8 years ago now, we purchased Gatorama from her father. And so, but we've been here the entire time and played a very active role in moving it forward, we hope.
Oh, excellent. Now, tell me, why alligators of all the aquatic commodities in Florida?
That's a good question, but you know, it's really, alligators are really no different than any other type of commodity or other type of farming animal. The only difference is that they have more teeth and a stronger bite. And but you know, we raise the alligators for their meat and their hides, both. It's kind of unique in that the hide is the primary source of income on the alligator and not the meat, where, like, I guess in cattle, most of the money is coming from the meat and not necessarily the hide as a byproduct. But as of late, the meat market has become a very strong force for us because the hide market is so weak. Because our hide market is an international market.
I see.
Probably 98% of our skins go overseas, where 98 to 100% of the meat stays here. The meat stays here in the United States.
I see. Now tell me, you have an extensive farm here with crocodiles and alligators.
Right.
But tell me a story maybe about one of them specifically.
Well, I can tell you a story about Goliath. Goliath was a big, mean crocodile that we had in Front Pond, and there were times of the year where he would just swim around just to show his dominance, and he would swim around the pond, run all the other crocodiles out. And one day I was sitting at my desk and I was looking out the window and I saw him take another crocodile by the tail and just do a body slam.
Wow.
And Patty had been on us about we need to get him out of there before he kills everything. So we caught him up and we put him in an enclosure by himself. And for kids, I tell him he's in permanent timeout. For adults, I tell him he's in solitary confinement. And actually, after he was in there for 3 days, he climbed out of that enclosure. So we had to catch him again and put him back in there. And he's over 14 feet long.
Wow. So I'm sure those are his just desserts right there.
Yes.
He's getting what he deserves.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Allen, thank you so much for allowing us to come again this morning. And it was wonderful to meet you and to be here at your farm.
Well, thanks for coming out.
All right. And thank you for watching Central Florida Ag News TV at centralfloridaagnews.com.